everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing part 2 of that Captain Rex drawing. It's going to be the coloring and the shading and all that stuff, so you can either sit back and watch or you can follow along. It's completely up to you. So we're going to start off inking the drawing. We're going to just be using like some various sizes of ink pens. I like to have 3 different ones. I use a .05, a 1.0, and then a 3.0, and those are in millimeter sizes. And I just like to do that just to get different line widths, so I can add like certain thicknesses to things that I like, and you know, just kind of makes it look a little bit more diverse. I'm also going to go through and add all the weathering and like small little scratches and dents on the armor with these pens. I didn't do it in the sketch just because I just think it looks a little bit more random when you don't plan it, you know what I mean, and don't have to trace over it. I also go over the painting on the armor and make it look really scratched and really scraggly in order to make it look battle worn. After I have the drawing completely outlined, I get an eraser and erase all those pencil lines just for a more clean look. So when it comes to coloring, I like to use alcohol-based brush pen markers. I just really like the way that the marker tip just glides on the paper. I really like how I'm able to use the fine point part if I go really lightly and get really thin lines, and then if I push down harder, I get thicker lines. The main part with these bad boys is that you want to layer as much as you possibly can, which is why I'm starting with such a light color gray. After that, I'll come in with the darker gray and then even with the black and layer that up and just make it look like it's, you know, more three-dimensional. So when it comes to coloring the visor, you're going to want to do more or less the opposite of what you do when you color the armor. The visor is going to be sharp, right? It's going to be very clean. The rest of the armor is going to be rough and almost kind of rounded. So when it comes to shading this in, use very sharp lines and try to make it look very crisp. So when it comes to actually coloring, do the same thing that you did for the grays and the blacks for the undersuit and the pouches on the armor. But don't be afraid to maybe go a little bit inaccurate with it. You know, you want to make your drawing pop a little bit more, so sometimes using exaggerated colors is a good way to do that. This part right here is probably my favorite part of coloring clone troopers in general, and that is just getting that light gray over the white armor to make it look sort of that grayish tint, but also just make it look way more real. It's so satisfying just filling in that parts of the armor and just making it look, looks so good. And then for this last little bit right here, I'm gonna go over with one of the ink pens and just add a little bit more scratches and dents where I feel like maybe I didn't add enough before. And then I'm also gonna add some cross hatching and some regular hatching lines just to give it a little bit more of a comic book feel. So yeah. Alright, the drawing is completely finished. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any other characters that you want me to do next for my tutorial series, go ahead and put them in the comments section below. I'd love to know who you guys want to see next. As always, may the Force be with you.